Hey guys, welcome to another comparison video between the Samsung Galaxy S23 versus the Samsung Galaxy S24 Exynos variant. As Samsung had already promised to bring all the AI features from S24 series to the S23 series, we are not going to talk about the AI feature, the difference in their software, etc. We are only going to concentrate on the performance difference. We are going to run few benchmarks. We are going to check the thermals of both the devices, and we are going to check few indoor and outdoor image samples along with the benchmark scores. Despite having the similar dimensions, Galaxy S24 have a slightly bigger display at 6.2 inches compared to 6.1 inch of the Galaxy S23. The bezels are slim all around. The aluminum frame around the S23 is a bit curved, and all the ports and buttons and camera placement are present at the same position in both S23 and S24. The power and volume rocker button on S24 is a bit bigger and have better tactile feedback compared to S23. The aluminum frame on the S24 are square in shape but have a matte finish compared to the S23's glossy finish. The frame on the Galaxy S23 is made of armor aluminum, and the frame on Galaxy S24 is now made armor aluminum second gen. The Galaxy S24 this time around have an LTPO display with 2600 nits of peak brightness, and S23 have 1750 nits of peak brightness. On the rear side, we have the same camera setup on both the devices. We have a 50 megapixel wide angle lens, a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens, and a 10 megapixel 3x telephoto portrait lens. The only change that we can notice is of the LED flash on S24 shifted down a bit. On the front, we have the same 12 megapixel selfie camera with autofocus on both the devices, and a tiny speaker grill cutout on top of it. Both have a fast and accurate ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. Here are some of the key specifications of Samsung Galaxy S23. And here are some of the key specifications of Samsung Galaxy S24. And here are some of the common key features of both the devices. Samsung had promised a 4-year of OS update and a 5-year of security patch updates for its Galaxy S23 series, whereas this year Samsung had taken a step further and is providing 7-year of OS update as well as 7-year of security patch updates for its S24 lineup. Having already received a major Android update on the S23 series, you can expect 3 more OS update and 4 years of security patch updates if you are planning to purchase the S23 series in 2024. After 2 years, Samsung has reintroduced its Exynos chipset for the global market except USA, Canada, China, and South Korea, where the S24 devices will be powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor with Adreno 750 GPU. The Exynos 2400 is a deca-core 4 nanometer based processor powered by Eclipse 940 GPU, whereas Samsung Galaxy S23 is powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 octa-core processor with Adreno 740 GPU. Both processors are capable enough to handle all your day-to-day activity without breaking a sweat. As you can see, when you change the color profile mode from vivid to natural on S23, it's clearly changing, and when you do the same on the S24, there is no change. This is a bug, and Samsung is going to provide a fix very soon for Let's that. Perform the speaker test of both the devices, starting with Samsung Galaxy S23. Now the speaker test of Galaxy S24. S24's speaker output definitely sounds crisp and clear compared to S23. Let us start the benchmark test. You can just check the percentage of the battery on both the mobile. Let's start the Antutu benchmark first. As you can see from this test, the Galaxy S23 had gained 11.5 degree of temperature and lost 6% of battery, scoring 1.3 million, and S24 has scored more than 1.42 million with a temperature gain of 15 degree and 7% of battery drain. This clearly shows S23 runs cooler than the Exynos 2400 chipset, and the battery drain also is a percentage more compared to the S23 here during the Antutu benchmark test. While performing network speed test indoor, I've noticed that the S23 was getting much better cellular reception than the S24. As you can see, S23 was showing 5G and S24 was at LTE. These are the results of the indoor speed test. You can check the result for yourself. Again, while carrying out the outdoor speed test, we got better download speed on S23. Let us carry out the CPU throttle test for 15 minutes. On my right side, we have S23 and on my left side, we have the Galaxy S24. Even though the Galaxy S24 shows a stable graph after the initial drop, the max performance and the average performance was better on Samsung Galaxy S23 compared to the S24. When we check the temperature of both the devices after running the CPU throttle test, we found the Galaxy S24 CPU are running on a higher side. Now let's run 3D Mark Wildlife Extreme Stress Test on both the devices. Galaxy S24 has scored a best loop score of 3478 and the lowest loop score of 1690 with 48.6% of stability. Whereas the Galaxy S23 has scored a best loop score of 2934 and lowest loop score of 1398 with 47.6% of stability. As you can see from the performance monitor, Galaxy S24, even though had a higher frame rate, was dropping the battery much faster and gaining more temperature compared to Galaxy S23. Now let's run the Geekbench benchmark. Galaxy S24 completed the test faster. The single core score are almost identical, but S24 has more than 20% better score on multi-core test. Now let us run GPU test on Geekbench 6. Here also S24 had completed the test first and scored an impressive score of 14,200, almost double compared to the S23. There you have it guys. Samsung Galaxy S24 outperforms Galaxy S23 in almost all the benchmark tests. However, I would still recommend the Galaxy S23 over the Galaxy S24 if you are considering a compact, powerful Android device for gaming purpose only. For everything else, Galaxy S24 is great. The day-to-day performance is excellent. You will not find any lag or any frame drops. The camera shutter speed is also much improved on the S24 compared to Galaxy S23. Even though I am biased towards the Qualcomm processor, but I must say this time around Samsung had done a wonderful job on its Exynos 2400 chipset. The only time where you might feel a bit let down by the Exynos chipset would be during an extended period of gameplay. At the time of recording this video, you can get Samsung Galaxy S23 for around 55,000, or even you can find a better deal on the offline market. Samsung Galaxy S24 will cost you around 70,000 rupees, which is around 15,000 extra compared to S23. If you have a budget to go with S24, definitely you can choose S24 if you don't want to play too much of game in it. If you want an equal powerful chipset with a better gaming performance, then definitely you can go with S23 and you can even save 15,000 rupees or even more. These are the few sample shots that I have taken from S24 and S23. As you can see, both the image almost look identical. The image quality is also almost similar. However, the S23 leans towards the brighter exposure and S24 keeps the color of the image true to natural compared to S23. There are slight difference in the white balance in the images, but in general, both images do have similar type of processing. We have not yet received any updates on the new S24 at the time of shooting this video. I hope all of you liked this video. Please do like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel and help me keep motivated to provide you with better contents. See you all. Take care and stay safe, guys.